You're seeing Google, Bard, no, change, Gemini. You're seeing that. If we can remember back a year ago, Google came out with their, what they called at the time, Bard. And what we're going to find out is Google's marketing of their software is chaotic. They have again changed the name to Gemini. So Google Gemini is their AI. And we're going to encounter it not only in a command line where you say, hey, show me a business model or generate a pretty picture. We're going to also see it today in email where we say, write a letter to the staff that talks about layoffs in the corporation. Again, thinking about the workaday world. Try to jump out of our current mature selves into the workaday world, what we're going to deal with. And I put some of these together and I found out that one of them doesn't work anymore. The second one down there does not work anymore. But I wanted to put these up there quickly as a quick reference for you to find them individually should you be interested after we go through them. My model, I'm going to show them to you. And then if you are interested, if it piques your interest, you can go back and try them a little bit. Make some mistakes. You're by yourself. Only the AI knows you're a fool. And it knows I'm a fool. I can tell you. So this again is from about a year ago, the graphics here. But notice, and here it's got a text-to-text prompt entry area. It's gone from large language model to multimedia language model. So we'll see you can create images. And then sometimes you have to hit this little icon over here to begin the generation. So you will see this change a little bit. Here's after you get the inference from Gemini, here's what it looks like. Again, this is what it looked like a year ago. We're going to see what it looks like now in a few minutes. User supplied prompt. You can edit the prompt up here with this. We're going to develop this in your mind. You're going to come to recognize this icon. Here's Gemini's response. And sometimes in Gemini, there are links to the external website where it got the material. There's another look at the very complex screen that Gemini will make available to you. This has changed a little bit up here, number 4. This has changed a little bit. We'll see it. This is the same. These are the items I've looked up before. This is pretty much the same. We're going to see a lot of this. We're going to see a whole lot. This is the feedback to the AI. Hey, I did the right thing. I'm going to do more like that. You know, it's kind of like me. I try to please people. And if they're kind to me, I'll be more pleased. Share. Here's the prompt area. Again, there's the ability to upload an image, process it. You can put an image and say, what's this image? You know, our archaeologists use this to interpret papyrus from the Egyptian tomb. But that one little bit down at the bottom, this is See where it's right down here. I've blown it up to all these items. So if you deal with Google on your computer or on a phone, you might see this. Yeah, good. The response I got is good. The response I got is bad. Plus, you can give it a little feedback if you want to. Filter or change the response. Make it shorter, make it longer, make it simpler, more casual. X share. This is the one I like the best. Export to Google Docs. That's their word processing. If you're in the workaday world, you know Google Docs. Or you'd go to Google Gmail. You can send a response to Google Gmail, or you can report issues. This has changed a little bit. Again, you're going to see something like this, and you're going to be able to regenerate. So here's the prompt up here. I say regenerate, I change it, edit it, and it does it again. And you can get to Google Maps to come up with stuff. You can get Google to tell you where it got its information. Again, from this little bit down here. And it shows it's integrated with very subtle color differences. Here's make it longer, shorter. Here's putting it in Google Docs.
There is one question.
Could you read it for me, Maureen?
Generally speaking, to what extent are Americans knowingly or unknowingly involved in AI?
If people watch TV, if you have a smartphone in your pocket, if you use like maps, you are unknowingly participating in AI. Apple says for its privacy that it does not share your information. So Google or Apple Pay, I use Apple Pay, they are not sharing it with anybody really, but they've got it themselves. And they're using all of the information they've got in the corpus. So I would say everybody is, myself. I think everybody is. You cannot not participate. I hope I answered that. But here is, it's going to get a little confusing, I'm sorry, but here is the Gemini screen here, gemini.google.com. And I've signed in as this ID. I have all these that I use. So I could go sign in as those, but I'm signed in as this, as jjarrard51@gmail. Here's all the Google. Notice here's what I've looked up before. It wants to sell me a $10 a month plan. And here's something that I've looked up. I looked up, please design, I gave this prompt to it before as a prep for the session. Please design a risk management plan for an initiative to reveal Ashland City regulations and council documents in an AI available for public consumption. Identify the potential risks, assess the impact and probability, and suggest mitigation strategy. So what if I wanted to run an AI on a Dell computer, the $2,500 Dell computer that could be here in 3 days? I want to start using all of Ashland's regulations and council minutes and videos and all that stuff as the corpus of material to fine-tune Meta's open source. So I load Meta's open source AI on this Dell computer that I'm buying, Now I scrape all of the Ashland City websites for their regulations, their council minutes, anything that they release, and I fine tune, I build upon the Meta AI. What's the problem with it? Well, here's the problems as Google sees it. Data accuracy, AI bias, privacy risks, technical failures. I could get sued by Ashland. Here's the probabilities. Now remember that I gave these business-oriented prompts out last week. Here's mitigation strategies, AI bias mitigation, use diverse and representative data sets. Oh boy. Conduct regular security audits, comply with relevant data laws. I will see something today. I hope we get there. And remember, this little bit right here, I'm going to say that's a good response. It's correct. And what if I'll share this in just a second. I can look up the Google information. It's looking, evaluating Gemini statements and understanding the results. I don't know what that would take me a second to understand that. Here's legal, but let's go here. Export to Google Docs. Again, I'm in Google Chrome here. I'm using Google Chrome as my web browser on a Macintosh computer. It's creating the document. Open the document down here. And now it's copied. All of that text, all of the inference that Gemini gave me is now, let's see here, in a Google Docs item. And now let's look in Google Docs. Look on the right side here. Notice this little icon right here. We're going to deal with that in just a second. Remember, it's edit the prompt, help me write, recognize that little symbol when you're dealing with Google AI. I believe it's becoming a common icon. Add a comment. So I can print this out. Where's print? File. Print. Print. Let's see if that, I don't know if you can hear it in the background. I can print this out. I could email it to my funding partners after I edit it. You have to check. You as the human being has to check. Gemini. And I tried to generate some images, but it didn't work out very well. Oh, did it? It came down. Here's code. I talked about code that can be generated. I tried to use the multimedia aspects, multimedia language model, MMLM, but I was having problems. So it told me I could use Python. This is what Python looks like. Oh, you got to buy now. You guys, how much do they want? See, this is happening every. Oh, geez, you see, they don't even tell you. Oh, for the first, then $20 a month. Sorry, I tried. Let's see if let's show drafts. regenerate, I think is what, let's see if he'll do it. So this is what is happening in the AI world. Here's, you get 3 different drafts.